Yeah, thank you so much. I want to appreciate everyone that is taking our time to watch my video teaching series on my different social media platforms, Facebook page, YouTube page, TikTok page. Please do well to do your own research based on what has been said in those videos. Check out the scriptures, find out the truth that will help you on your walk with Yahweh, your spiritual journey. I bring great greetings once again from Yahweh, our Father, our Elohim, and from His Son, Yahushua HaMashiach. Like I promised in my previous videos on the origin of tithing, I said I was going to be doing 2 videos on tithing. Please, if you have not watched the first video on the origin of tithing, please do well to watch it. Because when you don't know the origin of a thing, misuse will be the order of the day. Today I will be doing the second topic on tithing, which is tithing explained. We are going to be going through scriptures to have a holistic view of the concept of tithing. That being said, as we go on the topic tithing explained, before tithe became a covenant system to support the Levite, the widow, to support the temple and the poor in ancient Israel, Abraham paid tithe of the loot of war to Melchizedek, and it was voluntary and not demanded. We can see that in Genesis 14 from verse 18 through to verse 20. And I read, "And Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought out bread and wine. Now he was the priest of the Most High El." From that verse of scripture, literally, we notice that the priest was sensitive to know that Abraham was hungry and tired from war, and decided to give him bread and wine, which was covenantal. Verse 19. "And he baraked him." To barak means bless. I'm reading from your scripture. "And he baraked him, blessed him, and said, Blessed be Baruch the Abra of the Most High," which is blessed the Abraham of the Most High El, possessor of the Shammai and El. Shammai means heaven. So from this verse of scripture, which is verse 19, after the covenantal bread and wine being presented, he blessed Abraham, which was a priestly ministration. It was a priestly ministration that Melchizedek was doing. Verse 20. "And Baruch be the Most High El, who has delivered your enemies into your hands." And he gave him a tenth of all. That's Abraham giving him a tenth of all. A tenth of all here is not talking about a tenth of all that he had, like most pastors will misinterpret. A tenth of all the war plunder, what he returned with from the war. Not a tenth of all that he had, not a tenth of his salary, not a tenth of his business, not a tenth of his business profit, not a tenth of his company profits. Like many Bible preachers would misquote. Let's move on. From this verse of scripture, we notice the priest minister to Yahweh. That's in the last verse that we just read, verse 20. He ministered to Yahweh the Most High, and thereafter, after his ministration, in the first verse, he ministered to Abraham, blessed be Abraham. Then he now ministered to Yahweh, ministering to man and ministering to Yahweh, which was his priestly office. That was his priestly ministration, ministering to man and ministering to the Most High, ministering to Yahweh. It was thereafter that priestly ministration that Abraham gave him a tenth of all of his war plunder. That being said, what was given was a war plunder, not personal income, not company profits, not salary, not even cash, but of animal and agricultural produce. This Melchizedek priest received tithe, but never took tithe. To receive means he never expected it or demanded it. It was voluntary from Abraham. Abraham gave, and so he received. Abraham gave, and so he received. Hebrews chapter 7, verse 6. Why this? Because Melchizedek priesthood was made after the power of an endless life, but Levitical priesthood was made after the law of a carnal commandment. Hebrews chapter 7, verse 16. So Levitical priesthood would take tithe because it operates on law of a carnal commandment. Carnal commandment in the sense that it is a commandment that ministers to the flesh of the priest. Note, in the Melchizedek priesthood, every believer is both a priest and king. Revelation chapter 1, verse 6. Yahushua, who in the order of the Melchizedek priesthood is our high priest, has made us kings and priests. Revelation chapter 1, verse 6. And only one high priest. And that high priest is Yahushua HaMashiach. In this dispensation, there is no more Levitical priesthood because, one, the tribes of Israel has been scattered all over the world. Two, the kingdom of Yahweh is spiritual with only one high priest, Yahushua HaMashiach. Every believer is priest. So, who will receive tithe from who? If everyone is priest, who will receive tithe from who? Every believer in the kingdom of Yahweh, we are priests and kings. We have a double-edged office. Just like Melchizedek was also king and priest, he has also made every believer king and priest. So who is to receive tithe from who? No wonder Yahushua HaMashiach said, I am Adon, call no man Adon upon the earth, and ye are brothers